Well, now we've gotten to see something that is kind of an amazing turn of events. So, many of you found out about the Azov Battalion from my channel. I found out about it from Simon Wiesenthal Center. So, guess who just gave Zelensky a Super Jew award for being such a great Jew? The Simon Wiesenthal Center. And not only did basically, I mean, this is amazing. An organization built around remembrance of the Holocaust gave somebody who started a neo-Nazi government an award for fucking people here and their inability to understand how to fucking drive. Just fucking go. So the I really mean it. Like, Oregon really has like some of the strangest fucking drivers. The longer it goes, it just is getting weirder and weirder and weirder. But anyway, so basically what the Simon Wiesenthal, so then, actually, no, let me make sure I complete this. So then, during this ceremony of giving Zelensky a Super Jew award, all the Jews of Hollywood, and then there was a bunch of rappers there and other celebrities. Then, what was it? One of the ultra Jews of Hollywood, is it Katzenberg, literally compares, like, he says, like, the intolerance that's in the world, because of course they're the only thing that matters to Jews are Jews, especially if they're not really Jewish. They don't attend synagogue. They are, they are married to a Gentile. They eat butter and bacon. They just literally, just cook up, dishes of butter and bacon and eat it straight away, eat it on top of a bialy. They fry their bialy in pig lard, So guys like this, people like this, Katzenberg basically then says the intolerance of the world, and basically talks about Will Smith and compares Will Smith slapping Chris Rock to the Ukraine conflict at a Simon Wiesenthal Center meeting. So the Holocaust didn't happen. Let's just say it. Apparently, if this is how bad slapping a black guy, two black guys getting into a slapping match is like the return of the Nazis. This is a country the neo-Nazis have. This is well documented. Like, this is incredibly well documented how Nazi these Nazis are. They really believe it. Like, the people who are into it really believe it. They have basically a quasi-religion. And they have a fucking lodge network. Okay, to start lodges is not cheap. Like that's one of the key things is that lodge systems are incredibly expensive to fund. And I know, put it in the comments how you think the early lodge systems, the Scottish Rite specifically, how it got funded, because when you see the Scottish Rite have a big meeting, like their 300-year meeting, they sing a song of allegiance to the Queen of England. I'm not kidding. I don't know if any of you saw. It was an amazing ceremony. The 300th year commemoration of the Order of Freemasonry, and then specifically the Scottish Rite. That these people were singing praises to the Queen of Britain. So I know a lot of you are going to drop some interesting comments about the lodge systems, quote unquote, lodge systems, because that's what they are. See, it's not exactly a religion, but it sure is similar to one. It's almost like people get together in these places and then plot against the societies they live in because of a larger world idea, like Tikkun Olam or something like that. I mean, like that, not that, but because Tikkun Olam could never be nefarious. No, no, no. No, the reparation of the worlds cannot be a nefarious movement. So, so we basically now have Hollywood just kind of let everyone understand what the score is. That they are basically constructing black masculinity. They're the ones who they say what is black and masculine. Basically the way that they treated Will Smith hit me, that I'm like, Will Smith was one of the most crossover acts that has ever crossed over. He is the definitive crossover act next to like MC Hammer. And because he beat out MC Hammer in the long run, he is the definitive Black American crossover, like the Moses of crossover. There's almost, I mean, there's black somewhere. Like, there's definitely somebody who's black who's crossed over even harder. But no, he is. I mean, maybe Geordie, the guy who plays Geordie LaForge. Because, I mean, even in playing Kunta Kinte, that guy was basically playing a crossover role. Because he was playing a character that was kind of preposterous, But anyway, Will Smith basically has been completely demasculated at a giant meeting of Jews and Hollywood people and celebrities that basically, and so all these black people who were there basically got told, your women, we will always side with your women. We will always conspire against you as well. This is, that black people need to understand that who their friends really are. Because they're finding out, like, yeah, just like, how all these people have all the rights to all the old soul music, and they get to just tell you what you can and can't play, what you can and can't listen to, and they tell you, how you can and can't act, and what is a good story or not, and then, they get to make up anything they want in the press. They get to kind of do anything they want to almost any country. It really is starting to, become very, very clear. We have allies in the Israelis, and do Jews actually think the republic should be a republic, or do they think it should be some kind of weird thing that they control through manipulation, like some kind of Turkish Bektashi, Janissary kind of world, where it's like the whole culture is just a bunch of competing groups of connivers and because that's what it is. It's that really we're seeing that now more than ever, rather than the high trust society of the Republic making a lot of European Jews high trust society people and people you can trust in a high trust society. They are actively, a lot of them, not all, are actively really more about, no, we don't believe in a high trust society. We don't think it exists. We don't buy it. That's my take on it now, is they just don't buy it. They're like, no, people aren't really like that, So the right to them is always a threat, because the right is, embraces kind of the British, and really this has always been the thing with Marxists, always, that they hate the fact, they hate the kind of marketplace, the market economics of the high trust British society that America is constructed from, for the at its early stages, and then from that point on, the people adapting to different groups of people, that more and more, you kind of get this understanding that it's like, no. A lot of people who came here who weren't here for a very long time, like my people. They just don't adapt. They just don't adapt to it. They're constantly looking for the next pogrom to come for them, and so they feel it perfectly fine to lie and manipulate in society. And I mean, more and more, I'm having a real hard time thinking that this isn't something about the culture itself. I'm having a really hard time with this. It's like a lot of you have heard, like I have, a small library of Judaica. And I mean, I'm really like sitting back kind of like, this is starting to become a pretty consistent pattern, of these disloyal Hindus, these disloyal Jews, these, they like, and then how they're kind of open mockery of black people. That's the part of it now. I'm like, yeah, this is, it's kind of this open, like, we know you're dysfunctional people who can't, who you need us. That's what they're saying. You need us. You can't have rap music without us. You couldn't make soul. You couldn't keep soul and jazz going without us. You can't make movies without us. You can't, and it's true. Black people need the Jews, but the Jews don't really need the black people. And it's starting to become more and more obvious.